Hi there, this is Allison with Let's Go Travel Tips. Today is Tuesday, it's September 13th of 2022, and as always we've got lots of updates. We've got Princess, we've got Disney, we've got a looming strike, and lots of other things to talk about. So let's go ahead and get started. First of all, I want to start with Princess made a big announcement today, September 13th, that they are partnering with Exponential Fitness, and they have announced an exclusive license agreement. So what this means for those of us who are going to be cruising on Princess is that they now have, like they said, an exclusive agreement with Exponential Fitness. And what they do is they are the largest global franchisor of boutique fitness brands. And so what they're going to do is start having this equipment available on the Princess cruise ships. It says that a minimum of 8 Exponential brands will be made available on each of Princess's 15 ships, resulting in a minimum of at least 120 licensed studio experiences across the Princess fleet, including Exponential's market-leading Club Pilates, Pure Barre, Yoga 6, Cycle Bar, Row House, AKT Dance, and Stretch Lab brands and fitness modalities to start, with more Exponential fitness offerings coming soon. So the unique thing from what I can read and understand about this is it sounds like they have some equipment things and then also these classes and experiences that you're going to be able to experience. It sounds like it will be available clearly in the fitness area on the ship, but then something else that is going to be unique is when you look at the Princess TV, they have different sections like where you can order the drinks and the food that you want to order. They've got different areas. Well, one of them is called Ocean View, where they have a series of videos, and these classes are going to be made available there in each stateroom. So if you want to do yoga in your stateroom, it sounds like, or just look and see what it is that they offer in all of their different classes, you're going to be able to do that in the privacy of your stateroom. And you're not going to have to be a subscriber to that service when you're on board the ship. It's just going to be included. And then if when you disembark, you decide that you would really like to continue, then you are going to be able to subscribe to the Exponential programs at a discounted rate because you have cruised on Princess and can go from there. So I thought that was really nice. And then also, let's see, what else do I want to tell you about? I guess that's about all about that. So I'm really excited. If any of you are familiar with that, please do mention it in the comments. I am not familiar with that at all. The workout that I do is I try to walk a lot and I use weights, but that's the exercise that I do. So I am not familiar with what Exponential offers. So like I said, if any of you are, please mention it. And it's going to be really interesting to see how this comes into play on the ship. So I'm going to take a look at it. I think it would be really fun to see that. So the next thing that I want to talk to you about is we have big updates from Disney Cruise Line. A couple of things. First of all, they have just announced that the Disney Cruise Line is going to be going to Australia and New Zealand in 2023, which is big news. They have never done that before. And so they are going to be having sailings. The Disney Wonder is the ship that's going to go there first. And starting in October 28th of 2023, they are going to be doing sailings. They're going to be doing quite a few that go out of Sydney. They are going to be doing a bunch also that go out of Melbourne, or Melbourne, however you say that right, and then Brisbane and Auckland. They are also going to be doing a bunch of Disney cruises out of those ports as well. So this is a really big deal. And then as part of this whole new thing, it says the Disney Wonder is also offering the repositioning cruises that will go to Hawaii and the South Pacific. So I would say that you have to be, if you want to go on any of these sailings that Disney is releasing to go to down to Australia, and then these repositioning cruises that will be included with this, they are going to go on sale on September 26th of 2022. So be ready for that date to roll around and be ready to book whatever cabin you want. I know that some people are very particular about which cabin they want, and if you are, definitely be on top of it on that date to try to get the cabin that you want. It says additional Trans-Pacific cruises are also going to be coming into play early in 2024. So it sounds like Disney is opening up a whole new market there. And as you know, they are getting new cruise ships. Yesterday, they also announced the brand new Disney Treasure ship is going to come. She is going to come online in 2024, and then they have announced that another Disney ship is also coming in 2025. The Disney Treasure ship sounds really cool to me. I know that each one of their ships is a little bit different in the way they decorate it and kind of what the theme is, and it says that the Grand Hall on the Disney Treasure is going to be inspired by what the company calls grandeur and mystery of a gilded palace. And then in the center area, they're going to have a signature statue of Aladdin and Jasmine on their magic carpet. That sounds kind of fun, with the whole vibe on the ship is supposed to be Agrabah. It says kind of based on what you would expect from watching Disney's Aladdin movie. I thought that sounded really fun. And they have not announced the name of the ship that will be coming in 2025, of course, but it sounds like they are really trying to up their game with more ships, and with opening up, going down to Australia and New Zealand, as well as more voyages down through. Clearly you have to reposition to get down there, but it sounds like this is just the beginning of more things to come. So I thought that was very exciting. The next thing that I want to talk to you about is really something that I really appreciate. I've kind of seen it here and there in the news, and then one of our Let's Go family members slid it into a comment, and I am grateful for that, so thank you. So if you are not aware, for a long time now, really since COVID restarted, there has been the issue of what has been going on in the docks, especially on the West Coast here in the United States, as we think of it in terms of our country, although there are big commercial ports all along the western seaboard there, and of course on the eastern seaboard as well. But the ones in Los Angeles and Long Beach, I think, have probably been in the news the most. Clear back in January, there was a log of like 109 ships that have not been unloaded. At the beginning of September, we were down to just having 9 ships is what was reported. But we have some troubles going on with the unions for the workers, trying to deal with management and trying to get contracts so that the workers will keep working and not strike. There is the risk of a strike coming up very soon. Now, do I think that the strike is going to happen? I think that it might start, but as we have seen historically, often the government will step in and try to do something about it to make it so that everything continues to flow, whether it's products being loaded off of ships, ships trying to sail with cargo on them, as well as here we have some princess ships as well, as we think of the Discovery Princess in our sailing in October, and I know that we've got lots of other sailings on other ships going out as well along the western seaboard there. So I just wanted to let you know that it's the International Longshore and Warehouse Workers Union that is trying to get a contract. Some of their workers have been working for like 3 years without a contract, and it's been an ongoing problem that they can't quite get that contract. And so now the big deal is that the security guards who are working at the port of Long Beach and Los Angeles authorized a strike last week. And the big deal is a lot of times the other workers, like the dock workers, will not cross those lines. If a strike is going on, they are very loyal to each other, which is, I get it, it's appropriate. But at the same time, it presents a little bit of a problem for people who think that they are going to be going on a cruise there if there is a strike, as well as everything else that goes on at a port there. And so I will keep my eye on the news and keep you up to date when I see more information on it. But my guess is that if it really gets to the point that they are actually going to strike, I would think that the Biden administration would hopefully step in and do something to help out, so that everything can keep running smoothly there. That is certainly the precedent that's been set in the past. Now, if any of you have seen other news reports on this, or live close down there, or know someone, put it in the comments below, because that really helps inform all of us. Because as I read the articles that I could find about it, which are not a lot, they say that a lot of, all of the negotiations take place privately, and so it's hard to know everything that's going on. But that's where we stand today on everything that I can find about about it. So I really hope that they're able to reach an agreement so that everything can continue to go smoothly there, and at the very least so that the cruises can continue to sail. I know that the dock workers are very important when it comes to moving around things at moving around, like, if they have to unload and reload all of the provisions, like all of the food, just everything that goes with running a cruise ship. The dock workers are an important part of that. And so I just wanted to add that in. Now, the next thing that the last thing that I wanted to talk to you about today is, first of all, we have gotten so many amazing comments yesterday when I put up the information about cruising with a pet, about how so many people commented, and one of you were so very kind there in the United Kingdom, has been visually impaired. They have lost their sight, so they have this amazing seeing eye dog, and they have been able to go on several cruises with their dog named Spencer, and I really appreciate all the information you put below. So if there are some of you who are going to be needing to sail with a service animal, go ahead, and if you've got a question, put it below or send it to me, because we have excellent resources in these very generous members of our Let's Go family who have said that they are willing to answer questions and help out. But it sounds like everything goes very smoothly. The cruise lines do take really good care of the people that have to sail with their service animals. So thanks so very much for your help. Now, the last thing I want us to have a discussion about is, should cruise lines just increase their prices? I've been thinking about this an awful lot as I've thought about the things that are happening. There's a lot that people complain about, whether the food is not as good as it should be, or the struggles that we have. I don't know how much the trouble with customer service is related to not having enough money, or maybe it's more of where you put your money. I don't know. But especially with the issues we think of food and anything else that we feel like the cruise lines are cutting corners on. I hear that in some form or other from every cruise line. I know there's a lot of people who sail and are very happy with what they eat. There's a lot of people who sail and say, you know what, that's not like it used to be, and that's not okay. So do you think that the cruise line should just increase prices? I don't know that there's a right or wrong answer to that. So I just wanted us to have the discussion, and I would really like to know what you all think about it, and I'll think about it some more, and we'll talk about it some more in the future. But as prices for everything go up so much, I can understand you go to the grocery store and you have X number of dollars, and there are a certain number of things that you want, and then you have to decide what you're going to do about that as prices have gone up. So I thought this would be a good place for a discussion. I really appreciate all of you. If any of you are on a cruise ship right now or have been on recently, let us know how it's going. No matter what cruise line you're on, we would really like to hear about it. Thank you all for being here with me. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. I'd love to have you in our Let's Go family. And if you also appreciate these updates, would you please give this one a thumbs up? I will be talking to you all again really soon. You all take really good care. God bless you. Love you. Bye-bye.